Hello, VC, and hello, Vinyl Fury. I just checked and saw that you are asking folks one more time to respond to your 300 subscribers contest, and congratulations to you, by the way. And so I thought to myself, I have a minute, and I can. It's just two questions, and I don't have to show anything. I mean, I can, but let me answer. First off, Dan. I'm glad that you're a part of the BC. I have watched several of your videos, and we've talked a little bit. I know that you are involved in the music industry and have experience, which of course I love knowing about and love sharing that we have that in common. And so it's just good to have you as part of the community, and from what I see, you have great taste and good variety in your collection. So congratulations on the subscribers and many more. So I'll answer the two questions. There will be a bit of repetition. I'll keep it short. But question number one is, who are some bands or artists that you used to like but no longer like or dislike very much? People that have been watching me, you can answer this already, and it's not so much a dislike of artists or genres, but it's more like I've heard it so much that when it comes to does it actually interest me? No. And so I mean I can just go by genres, great swaths of the main genres of music that are of great interest in Western culture, such as um, pop, R&B, the B word blues, even rock, certain classic rock, metal. It's like a lot of this music is really good, but because of my experience, which all I can do is try to tell you about my experience in words, I've just saturated myself since I was a child with music. Just wanting to just hear everything and understand it, and truly being obsessed with it to the point that just a lot of the mainstream music that you hear over and over and over again, I could do without ever hearing much of it again. And I mean, that's just a large portion of music that's very well loved by everyone, and I do love it too. But like I said, it's just like I'm not going to pick out any artist. It's why you see me show the records that I generally show, and why I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because there is so much music in this world to be heard, to be just listening to the same top 50, 100 artists all the time. For me, is just insane for me. And so that's the answer to question number one. Just the stuff that is just really loved to death by the media, and therefore supposedly by the great majority of people in the world. Just a lot of that music I am not really very interested in. I just hear it way too much. Um, I'll give one example. This morning, it's been so hot that my neighbor has not been out with his music like he always is in the summer. It's just been too hot. So yesterday and today, things are a little back to normal. So he was out yesterday, and what did I hear? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right, by Luther Ingram. I don't know how many, literally hundreds of times I've heard that song because he loves it so much. And I suppose if I had to say I hate that song, I could say that, but mostly what it is it has been repeatedly played in my sphere of awareness so much that I can't enjoy it. I've heard it too much, not by choice. And I think that has something to do with some of my disdain for some music. It's like, it's you're pummeled with it by the media and clear media. Okay, that's my answer to number one. Talk about a ramble. You asked for it, Dan. Question number two. Who are some bands or artists that you used to not care for or dislike, but that you now enjoy? I think the answer I'm prepared to give is a little different. What I used to buy and sold that I regret and am getting back into now is I've always liked heavy music, metal, heavy rock, punk, but that was one of those genres, just like post-punk. There was a bunch of post-punk that, along with the religious psychosis thing that I went through this period of thinking I've grown out of it, or that my interest has changed and I sold it. And so there is actually quite a bit of metal that back in the day I thought it was okay, and now I like it even more. I always liked Voivod, Celtic Frost, Death Angel, stuff like that, Merciful Fate, but I like it even more now. Really have always liked Slayer, but what I find myself appreciating even more, and part of it's been, encouraged by the vinyl community, some of you heavy people, Grecian Thunder, um, Cool Ranch Dressing, I'm gonna blow it. There's several other, heavy listeners here who, I've, you've kind of reawakened or just kind of, reminded me of the vast variety, and also the a lot of innovation going on still in heavy music, drone, sludge, and stuff. It's like really like truly my biggest regret, if there's any, about not having a steady job now, is not having that disposable income to just go and buy records. And so, man, I want that new version of Deep Sleep, Dope Smoker, and if I see it, anytime, whatever my situation, I'm grabbing that baby, you know what I'm saying? So is there someone I used to not care for that I like now? What I would say about that is there are always artists, songs, and music that, upon my first impression, I don't get, or it's the timing isn't right. And then later it'll be like, oh, okay. Something I like to do when I am watching videos, actually, is I like to watch documentaries about musicians and bands. And I think I'll give a plug. The Natural Treble Clef, I think, is the channel. Has a bunch of under review videos and not sanctioned by band documentaries, but they're interesting. And one that I watched recently that I really enjoyed was about the band Placebo. And when I first heard Placebo, I didn't get it, and then that really opened up my eyes. And I went to look for my Placebo CDs, and they're in the garage. I mean, I probably got them, but I just got this surplus, and so that's another way of answering this is, as time goes on, things emerge, and things that I didn't think I liked, or it didn't connect. It does later, like Opeth. I heard Opeth easily 20 years ago when they first came out, and repeatedly heard them over the years. And it wasn't until maybe about 4 years ago that it finally just hit me like a brick in the head. It's like, oh, damn, this is my favorite new band, So those are the answers, and I won't go in too much longer. Dan, good luck with your contest. Many more subscribers. Every now and then I'll be popping in to see what you're doing. As I explained in my earlier video that I posted today, There are probably people who, I'll stop that. I'll say it like this. It is my natural inclination to give you too much information, even knowing that I continue to do it. And what I mean by that is the fact that I'm saying that I'm very much a part of the vinyl community, but I keep saying over and over, I'm just being honest that I'm not watching that many videos right now. I'm just saying, you know, Dan, I'm in your corner. I support you. Please keep making your videos. It may take me a while to see your videos, just because of how I'm running, how I'm doing things here. And so the last thing I want to say is I want to just, if I need to encourage people to do your thing and keep making videos, then that's what I say. But you know, you don't do things because of me. If some of you do, that's your choice. You know, I'm not assuming that I have some sort of power here in the VC. I'm just acknowledging, you know, something that I've gotten feedback about. You know that, well, if you don't say it, then people don't think it. Which is why I said, well, it's part of my nature to give you too much information. It's just how I am. It's like, well, I'm thinking it, so I'm going to say it. You know, that's what I mean by saying that if someone is influenced by what I say, well, it's not my responsibility, and I'm not assuming that that I'm all that. Okay? Congratulations, Dan.